How are you? I'm good, Flowers. It's 2 days before your birthday. Are you excited? Big plans? What's going to be going on? Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Sorting some stuff out. Getting my desktop up in case my phone falls behind. We're going to try something different. I'm going to try something different. If I can figure out how to do the slowing the chat down a little bit. Let's see. I don't know how to do it. I keep trying to figure it out. Sorry, my cat is meowing at me. Nope, can't do it. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't know how to do it. So that means I just got to pay attention. Better attention. So let's see what YouTube and the algorithms have in store for me today. If anyone's going to show up, if anyone's not going to show up. We're good either way. Let's see. Still trying to figure some stuff out. Flower says she is here. Awesome. Always happy to have you here. I'm just making sure everything is up. Good to go. So, Flower, what do you want to talk about? What's new with you? Let's see. Alice, I think I might have said that right. Says all the best, Jam. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, my friend. Alice, how are you? Just going to pop your channel up for a second and see what you do. It's a gaming channel. Awesome. I've come to very much appreciate gaming channels. And I just subscribed to you, my friend. Gaming channels seem like a, well, they're certainly a new thing for me because I had never seen them. I had never seen them before up until this year. I had no reason to. But you know, when I started monetizing, when I started working hard to get monetizing, I visited some gaming people, and what great channels! These people are just putting out great content of something that they love to do. Alice says, "I'm great. That's great to hear." EP LLC says, "Hey from prison. Hey, my friend, how are you?" Hey, I realize you probably got limited time, limited computer access time in prison. I appreciate you spending some of it here with me. Hella sus. Thank you for that, Flower. Blumberg says, yo. Maui87 says, day 15, asking for the mod. It's getting closer and closer, though. You're welcome, my friend. Hala sus, according to Flower. Flower is my youthful translator. She lets me know the modern language and how badly I'm doing with it. She's also the best greeter, saying hi to everyone. Also says, I subscribe too. Well, thank you, my friend. Also says, I just upload for fun. No intention to grow. You know what? That's what I did for a long time. Just doing my burpee stuff and talking after I do my workouts. And then it just started sort of growing on its own. And the intent to do something with it started growing on its own as well. So I did say hi to Plumberg, right? If I didn't, I apologize. Hello, my friend. Squirrel Sniper, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Always a beautiful greeting. Hey, Squirrel Sniper, do you know how to, I might have asked you this before, do you know how to slow the chat rate down? We got a great question that I'm going to skip down to. Day 16 is next. Yes, it is. We'll see what happens in day 16. I can't make any promises. So that's a great question, Douglas. Which came first, Taoism, Buddhism? I'm going to say Taoism, because Taoism, I think, sprung up organically, just part of nature, just through the observance of nature. And that, of course, Buddhism, primarily, obviously came from Buddha, came from Siddhartha. Of course, the practices, the Buddha himself was a yogi, but he clarified so much. He, after his awakening under the Buddha tree, and he says, I teach suffering and how to escape suffering. Taoism seems to be less involved with suffering and how to get out of suffering, and more with the simplicity of life. And that if we adhere to that naturalism, if we adhere to nature at its best, then we simply won't suffer. Our friend Barb is here. Barb, how are you? What do you think, Douglas? What are your thoughts on that? So I just went over and visited our friend Douglas, and he's got a wonderful quote, Ram Dass, be here now. And I just subscribed, my friend. Douglas says, human being. And that's a beautiful thing to do. Beautiful thing to be. So let's see. We got some highs. Daddy Dora, the UK Explorer, is here. Let's go visit Dottie. And Dottie is at 183. So, man, wouldn't that be awesome to get her up to 200? So we were talking about doing things that we love, a gaming channel. Someone loves gaming. It's exactly what Dottie's doing. She has great nature shorts, as well as she is refurbishing. It's actually an ambulance. She's refurbishing it into a travel band, and she's taking us along on the journey, as well as a big adventure when she's done. So definitely something to follow along with. Go on that journey with Dottie. Let's see. Scroll Sniper says to slow the chat down can be selected by a mod and accessed through the chat, but only in horizontal mode. You may have to do it at your end. I've tried. I don't know how to do it on my end. Let's see. Flower wants to know if Barb wears glasses. My cat is back. Barb says yes, but they don't work. That's not good. Barb is doing okay. On the way to cancer doctor to see what is next. Douglas says, that sounds accurate. I am aware that the Tao was potentially conceived by many philosophers that were put together under one name. Yeah, you know what? It's almost, I almost feel like saying the Tao's always been. Of course, the Tao itself has always been, but the Tao Te Ching has always been in some form or another. And everyone has their way of living, way of expressing the Tao. So it came together under the pseudonym of Lao Tzu. Barb says, I will type in small text. I pray I don't make too many typos. Hey, Barb, type however you feel comfortable, my friend. Dottie says she just posted a beautiful video of the clouds above me. Just so beautiful. Awesome. I got your channel up, so I'll be checking it out in a minute. Let's see. Here's Dottie's channel. It might work for you guys. It might not. I hope you guys can go and check her out. And I hope you subscribe. Let's see. So, Flower says, no, you can type in caps if that makes it easier for you, Miss Barb. 100%. Barb says, Flower, I get implants also, and with the sinus cancer surgeries, have taken a hard hit. Eyes have taken a hard hit. Hey, take Flower at her word. Type how it's comfortable for you, Barb. William Downey is here. Yogi, how the heck are you? William, I'm good. How are you? Let's see. Squirrel Sniper says, Eric, did you know that Buddhism was the largest religious belief in Europe in 0 AD? I did not know that. Wow. That's fascinating. I'm not at all surprised that Squirrel Sniper knew that, though. William Downey, when's the next workout? Our friend Jacob is in the house. Jacob says, greetings, blessings, and love to you all. Can we get Mr. Yogi a PR? Likes, 30 of them. Boy, that would be awesome. If you enjoy this live stream, please hit the like button. Big salute to Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that, Jacob. Jacob was putting in some more hard work today. He had some dumbbell swings mixed in with burpees. Jacob says, big salute to you all. William says he's good. Awesome. What's the next body part? Let's see. William's going to work out in about 15 or 20 minutes. What are you going to work today? I hope this one works for you guys too. This is William's channel. William is a hard worker, but it's also a lot of fun. You know, it's the old hardcore days when you were training in your basement or you were training in the garage, just putting in the work. The only difference is Eric's got some pretty hardcore equipment. You said it was it Titan Sport that your equipment was from? Dottie says, first thing I always do when I come here is hit the like button for Eric's lives. Thank you for that, Dottie. Very much appreciated. Today is leg day. I don't know if I've ever been over to your garage for a leg day. That's going to be awesome. So, you know, when I talk about my channel, I always mention there's some good stuff going on out there. So, don't feel like you got to stick with me. If you can go check out a leg workout from William Downey, or anything else, or anyone else going live. If you're growing your channel, I'm going to be honest, there's better channels to go to. You can go to Mayhem and Miracles, who's live right now, because she'll take you all the way. If you want to grow your channel, that's the place to go. So, and I'll still be here. I'm always live. I'm live at 5 in the morning. I'm live in the afternoon, and I'm live in the evening. The evening for me. Let's see. Tina is here. Tina, my friend, how are you? Thank you, my friend. Eric Lapointe very kindly drops the link for William Downey. I think Eric Lapointe and I should have a side bet on how many eggs William Downey is going to eat after his workout. What do you think, Eric Lapointe? I think today William Downey is going to go for PR. I think it's going to be 17 eggs because it's legs. It's a leg day. Let's see. William says, yep, most of it is Titan Fitness. Good company. Flower says, the lights have been off for so long. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Tina says, good day to everyone. Tina says, thanks for the greeting mods. We've got some pretty awesome mods here. We got some awesome mods, even though I have been accused of handing them out willy-nilly. Let's see. Flower says, I think you'd like Myanmar, Eric, but how do you like that pronunciation, by the way? But it's not that peaceful, and that's very clear. I'm sorry about that, because it is a beautiful country, and I've had some great meditation teachers, some favorite authors, who learned how to meditate there. They spent several years. It's a great Buddhist country, and I don't understand why it's not influencing more of the politics. Eric Point says 13 eggs. I'm going with 17. It's leg day. I'm sticking with 17. William says, thanks, Eric, and to you, Yogi. Happy, my friend, happy to do so. Always happy to promote you and your channel. I'll tell you why. A simple reason. I like it. I like your channel. And I like William Downey. He's a great guy. He just comes here to hang out with me. Our friend Walking with Goldie is here at work listening. I can't watch the chat. I appreciate your presence as always, so Goldie. Laura says you can go out from 8 to 4 a.m., so 2 hours. You'll just be inside since you get up at 2. That's true. I could adjust, though. Flower says there are lots of trees. Dottie says, my grandfather is buried in Myanmar. Is that from the war? World War II? And our friend MF Dredson is here. Greetings, fam. Dredson, how are you? How's the burpee game going? William says, I'm actually just going to have oatmeal, no eggs today, because I ate them all. Need to get more. Ate himself out of eggs. I'm a big oatmeal fan myself. I have oatmeal twice a day. I have never eaten myself out of eggs. I have eaten myself out of oatmeal before. Flower says, real, Daddy? Dottie says, yes, World War II, her Welsh grandfather. Was it a plane crash or in battle? Mr. Dreadson, MF Dreadson says, peace, peace. All is well. Just finished the warm-up and 3 times 20 burpees and squats. Awesome. It's a good workout. I got my burpees in for the day. I did Duncan wash intervals for 20 minutes. 1 minute on, 1 minute off. The last 2 minute, minute 19 and 20. Excuse me. 2 minute burst. Flower says, I don't think I've ever seen any towns without trees and plants in Myanmar, actually. I know it's densely jungle. And they still have some pretty significant wildlife, too, which is great to hear. So at least 3 to 10 trees and plants. That's awesome. Dredson says, Jacob Colby. Jay Sinky, what up, though? I see you putting up those numbers. Yeah, he does. In the heat. No break. Jacob is all gas. No break, that's for sure. Flower says everywhere. Yeah, it sounds beautiful. Let's see. William's got to get going. I'll see you later today, guys. Thanks for stopping by, William. Much appreciated. Daddy says, no, he was a guardian, guarding an airfield with his platoon, and the home platoon was ambushed at night by the Japanese. Wow. I mentioned, I think, Goldie, my father was on a mine sweep in the South Pacific in the tail end of World War II. Jacob says, how are you, brother? And yes, sir, 1 day at a time, trying to increase my reps. But you're a beast, though. Both of you guys, no doubt, for sure. Once again, we're going to drop Jacob's link. Flower says, only if it was as peaceful and clean. Yeah, I'm sorry, Flower. I wish it was for you. Our friend Leo said so. Says, Sir Yogi the Goat. Hope your day is well, my brother. It is. Thank you, Leo. You still in Reno? Leo is getting into work no matter what, every day. There we go. Dropping Leo's link. Again, it might not work for everyone. I apologize. Flower says hi to Leo. Leo says, brother, Jacob the Beast. Hope you're well, my guy. Hey, Jacob, how's the elbow feel? Let's see. Dredson says, Jacob, I'm feeling good, bro. Feeling strong. I got my session to under 20 minutes. That's awesome. Hey, Leo. Are you subscribed to MF Dredson? see. Eric very kindly drops the link for Jacob. Thank you for that. Dredson says, quick and efficient reps and sets, then lunch and back to work. That's the way to do it. Finding the time, getting in the reps. Absolutely awesome. Dredson says to Eric LaPointe, salutations, sir. Flower says it's almost her birthday. So excited. 2 more days, guys. It's the event of the summer. It's such a big deal. I started actually celebrating, I think 2 weeks ago. I was telling everyone because I thought it was your birthday. Leo said, still in Reno, still in the mountains with thin air and hot weather. Still getting the work done. Nasal breathing is a game changer. The boxing yogi. I like that. The boxing yogi. It is a game changer. And it's one of those things, you realized it right away. That's why you were back on the second day doing the same thing. You didn't know why. And it was funny seeing how curious you were. Like, why am I doing this again? Well, and I don't have to. And then you just saw how it all played out. You saw the benefits, how good you feel. Let's see. Leo says he's not. Visit his page now. Awesome. Jacob says, that's great, brother. Keep at it. Looking forward to more amazing content. Thanks for that, Eric. I appreciate that. He dropped Dredson's link. We got some burpee greats here, guys. Some of the best in the game. Let's see. Dredson said, really happy to have found this community. I'm going to make some moves. Peace to all. Big respect. Hey, man, happy to have you as part of the community. Daddy says he is at the Takian War Cemetery. 8 photos of his name on one of the faces. A very beautiful cemetery. Wouldn't that be something to go visit, Daddy? Jacob says, you're always more than welcome to come join the community, brother. Welcome and big respect to you. Amen to that, that's for sure. Leo just subbed. Awesome. These are the big connections, man. These, you guys put in those reps. Because it's an energy. You feed off of it. Flower says, even if I learn the law, it doesn't really matter here. Well, maybe you can be part of the change, Flower. Change has to start somewhere. And it almost always starts with the young. Just be safe, whatever it is you do. And you know what? You keep pursuing your art, and nothing changes the collective consciousness of people than beautiful artwork. So your message can be through your art. Sniper says, those who come to comprehend that they are absolutely connected to Source have absolutely nothing to fear. Interesting you said that, Sniper, because I've been contemplating a lot about fear. I mentioned before, in A Course in Miracles, they say the opposite of love isn't hatred, as we would commonly think or believe. It's actually fear. Everything is based out of fear. The opposite of love is fear, except love itself truly can't have an opposite, but it is the illusion of an opposite. And that we live in a world that is fearful because all of our thoughts are based in fear. And I know a lot of people like to stand up and say, I don't have anything to be fearful about. I'm not fearful. But it's the ego itself. Because the ego isn't real. The ego is an illusion. Neuroscience has shown that the ego, who we think we are, is just a collection of thoughts that come and go. There's nothing solid. There's always a space between every thought. It's that space that's the real reality. It's that unconditional space that allows thoughts to arise, which means space, unconditional space, is a synonymous with unconditional love. So the ego has one role only, and that is to prove that it exists, that it's alive, that it has a place. So whenever you have anyone, say, let's use people saying trolls. Whenever you have trolls coming here, it's based out of fear because they want their voice to be heard. They want to be taken as clever or funny or extraordinary or meaningful, because all of that means, from the ego, it means I exist. I'm being acknowledged. People know that I'm real. So whenever, I deal with people coming here who might be a little difficult, I lose some people, sure. But people are working things out. You come here and sometimes it might be chaotic. It might be a little bit of tumultuous. The only reason I said that was to see if I could pronounce it. And that's the way it should be. Don't avoid things. Don't avoid the confrontation with your ego, because that's how we lighten the ego up. And I'm not going to say, let's get rid of the ego, although that is quite often the end result of a spiritual path. Let's just hold it lightly. Let's navigate life with a little bit of humor and a whole lot of kindness. And if you can't do it on a YouTube page, something as insignificant as that, and this is saying it from someone who literally wants to earn an income from their page, it is still insignificant. If I lost 10 subscribers and one person came to me and said, hey, it really helped having that community support me, totally worth it. So you know what? The channel's yours. Whatever your channel is, make it yours. Meaning it doesn't have to be like anyone else's. It doesn't have to follow any rules whatsoever. So if everyone comes here and they're being mean to me, the one rule that I really like is don't be mean to anyone else here. It's not real. It's an illusion. Why should I take it serious? I do regret that it affects my friends, affects other people. But I think by now everyone knows what we're doing here. This is a place where we allow the karmic actions to be viewed. Let's see. Yogi, do you know? You lost me after that. I'm just impressed that I got the Yogi, do you know? So I don't know anything after that. Let's see. Squirrel Sniper says, let's go deeper later on this. Definitely, Squirrel Sniper. Dottie says, it's something that I would like to do. Yeah, I thought when you suggested that it would be something pretty awesome. Dottie says, art has no barriers. Absolutely, my friend. I think maybe more things have changed the world through art than anything else, than any religion. Because it's just that small, quiet moment of inspiration. And it shatters the world. It shatters the illusions. So, Flower, you're going to help me translate that. Squirrel Sniper says, trolling is a cry to be recognized. Exactly. I see it every day on YouTube. I have seen trolls convert and realize that you have to be nice to communicate and feed a good energy for their interactions. 100% Squirrel Sniper. As well, you start seeing past the illusion of the ego, that it could be recognized all day long, and it's still always going to want more and more and more. Insatiable. That's the word I'm looking for. It only took me 3 times, guys. It's just endless appetite. Recognize me. For, I think, one of the best descriptions, listen to George Harrison on the Let It Be album. I, me, mine. He wrote it about the ego. All through the day, all through the night. I, me, mine, I, be mine, I, me, mine. That's what the ego says. I, me, and this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. So we have a choice. Do you relate to people ego to ego? Because you don't have to. The problem is we mainly do. All of us do. But just a little glimpse of light, just a little spaciousness, and all of a sudden we see things differently. And we become more welcoming because everything's an opportunity to. Now, you can welcome someone. It doesn't mean that you have to put up with BS. Doesn't mean you don't have to protect yourself. But, here we're learning new ways of doing things, so it's all about navigating. And you know what? I'm going to screw things up in my navigational skills. Keep trying, though. Let's see. Flower says, the female president of Myanmar. Do you know her? She has like a noble. I don't. But I remember, who was it that was in prison for a long time? She was a peace activist. Let's see. Sniper says, it's getting recognized for the wrong reasons. The ego adopts too. Exactly. I know you and I have sort of skirted around the issue of the ego, and does it need to be eliminated? Does it need to just be held lightly? Or just recognized, I think. I think one of the problems with the when we enter that spiritual path is we start thinking we need to eradicate the ego, and it becomes a project, and there's nothing the ego loves more than a project. So the ego adopts the spirituality of ego dissolution, knowing full well that it's never going to happen. So it keeps itself awake and alive by pretending we're on the path of its own eradication. Let's see. Flower says, yep, on the votes day, she won like 3 times, but they said that she cheated and took over. What a bunch of babies. Yeah, what a serious bunch of babies. What's the sense in having an election if you're just going to do that? Let's see. Squirrel Snapper says, you cannot survive without the ego. It's our cockpit navigation system. That's where you and I might have a little, see things a little differently. As I've interacted with some meditation teachers, still have an ego, but very, 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 very trace presence of an ego. And of course, there are saints and Buddhas, some lamas and yogis, who literally have no trace of ego whatsoever. But I think a better way, just recognize that the ego is an appearance. Everything stems from the absolute, from the nothingness itself, including the ego. So the ego doesn't have to go anywhere. Flower says, it means she won by like 3 times more. Yeah, that's crazy. And they could just step in and say, nope. But I think you mentioned before, it was the other side, however, for whatever reason, controlled the army. So there wasn't much choice in it. So yes, certainly the ego loves a spiritual path. Let's see, Sanford says the ego can be just a command for a smile to a stranger. it commands your attention. I think the issue becomes, though, that, neuroscience shows that there's no actual entity of an ego itself. It's a flux of energy, gathering of thoughts, appears, and disappears, and yet somehow it gains a sense of reality, mainly because we find ourselves listening to the voice in our head and we think, well, that's who I am. One of the first insights of meditation is you realize as soon as you start getting quiet, what a mess my mind is. How does anyone meditate? How do I silence my mind? And of course, the art of meditation isn't silencing your mind, because that would just be the ego demanding quiet. And if that ever happened, then the ego would cease to be in an instant. There would just be silence. This is why Herman Melville said silence is the only voice of God. But we start noticing, and we say to ourselves, man, my mind is a mess. What is all these thoughts? And that brings on an instant realization. Wait a minute. If I'm aware of my thoughts, that means I'm not my thoughts. That must mean I'm the awareness, the witness, the observer to the thoughts. Let's see. Flower says even kids that can't voted her. That's awesome. They took a stance, because you have to be like 18 or older to vote. Yep, same here. And our friend Bumblebee T is here. T, nice to see you, my friend. Flower says that includes me. Well, you voted. Cousins and friends. Way to take a stand, Flower. Again, be careful, though. Let's see. Flower says, dude, oh my God, typos. Not a problem. Come on, guys. You hear me talk. My speaking voice is nothing but typo after typo after typo. My only fluent language is typo. Let's see. Sniper says ego is constantly connected to cognitive dissonance and also beliefs. Yeah, I agree, which is why we cling to our beliefs and our opinions so strongly. And so strongly to the point that we can't entertain any other opinion. We can't entertain any other belief. And we see that. We see that here. People coming in with a very strong belief system. And if you don't have the same belief system, you're absolutely wrong. Not only are you absolutely wrong, your life is a sin. Not only is it a sin, you're going to go to hell. Which isn't as much fun as it sounds, by the way. T says, what vote? The vote in Myanmar. How many years ago was this, Flower? Oh, let's see. Flower says, I meant even kids that can't vote wanted to vote her. Okay. I get it now. So, yeah, you know what? If my channel ever does get too much for some regular people, I do not hold it against anyone for seeking greener pastures. As I mentioned before, always an open door policy. Everyone's always allowed to come back. And also, I like keeping it open to talk about whatever. T says, staying in hospital till I'm stronger and regain ability to independently do stuff. Her ME, chronic fatigue, relapse from extreme stress. You know what? When you sent me that message, I thought, that's so awesome that you get to stay. I know how you feel about hospitals, but you get to stay until you regain the ability to independently do stuff. Um, you're getting the help that you need. Flower says they said they do a vote again, but they were too scared to do it again. Yeah, I bet. Eventually things will change, Flower. It always does. Unfortunately, we could say the arc of freedom swings. It's a pendulum. It swings both ways. For every step forward we take, it seems that there's a step back. For every time we swing into what seems like greater freedom, we swing back. Regression. This is the whole issue of, Squirrel Sniper was mentioning belief systems. We're stuck in belief systems. We're stuck in a paradigm that this is the way things are, this is the way things are supposed to be. And we never question those beliefs. We never question the paradigm. So we're stuck with it generation after generation after generation. Sniper says, again, some will have no concept of hell due to not having that personal belief, which is a great sense of freedom, isn't it? Amazing that we introduced that to so many cultures. Imagine the Pilgrims greeting the Native Americans and saying, hey, guys, thanks for having us over. By the way, you're going to hell. What kind of Thanksgiving dinner is that? Actually, like quite a few that I've been to. Let's see. Flower says on the first few weeks, protesters were on the ball. There were about 100 or over people in the protest. That's awesome. That's how you step up. And of course, Squirrel Sniper, we can drop those belief systems. Any method of self-inquiry, where we just ask ourselves key questions and not settling on an answer, and we come to the conclusion that it's a concept, has no actual thingness to it. If heaven has an opposite, and it's hell, and if Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is found within, then where do you think hell is found? And we create our own hell. We do so daily. Some spiritual traditions would say this life is literally hell because we're mirrored in the belief of separation from each other. Starving children, diseased children, is certainly a hell. Let's see. Makrov, am I saying that right? Says, do you think morality is objective? That's a great question. And I'm going to say yes, that it is across the board. However, there's also something deeper than morality. Let's just call it grace. And that when we give up the concept of the objectivity of morality, we rely on grace. We get to navigate our lives through grace. Or let's say we are navigated through grace. And I think that some of the native cultures, Blackfeet Indians, they don't have any concept of thievery because it doesn't happen, because they don't own anything. They have things, but the concept of ownership, which is an amazing thing to consider, because we have our own sense of ownership that, I own this self, I own this personality, I own this body, I own my belief system, I own my morality. What if we let that ownership go? Squirrel Sniper says, in the material. That's an excellent point. Squirrel Sniper, um, in the material. And of course, we are both material and immaterial. We are finite and infinite at the same time. T says, Yogi, I can't even sit up unaided. No chance of transfer to wheelchair. One physio did a study on ME, CFC. I met her 18 months ago, and she was shocked how far I got. Um, stood, how far I got, stood over the year standing. Um, that's why I couldn't believe they were sending you. They were going to discharge you when you told me um, your physical status. How do you send someone home um, who can't sit up? So don't forget, guys, 2 days, and it's Flower's birthday. I'd like to say that you guys would get a chance to hear me sing happy birthday. But I don't want to spoil the birthday for Flower. I don't want everyone to purposely not show up. Let's see. T says, Yogi, the medical profession isn't trained in ME, CFS. But even not being trained in it, if someone simply can't sit up unaided, do you say, well, I'm not trained in this, you got to go? But I'm glad they didn't do that. You know, I'm glad that this is an opportunity for them to get trained in it. This is an opportunity for them to deal with somebody who actually has these symptoms. Our friend Odom is here. Odom, how are you, my friend? Odom, very sorry to hear about your mom, my friend. I know you said that she's okay. It's just tough. It's always tough to hear about any of our parents who might take a fall or stumble or hurt themselves in any way. Let's see. Jacob says, hey to Odom. Let's see. T says, I just had a sister say, you're not sick. The ignorance. Yeah, indeed, the ignorance. Flower says it's good. Thank you, and happy early birthday to Flower. So Flower might have fallen asleep, as it's actually pretty late in Myanmar. The other day, yesterday on the chat, I think as it was ending, she said it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Fortunately, it's, summertime. T says they all focus on acute illness, not chronic long-term can relapse. Doesn't seem like an actual healthcare system then. Seems very one-pointed while ignoring other aspects of health. Of course, no healthcare system really offers health care. They offer sickness care, ill health care. If it was health care, they would be educating people before they get sick or as soon as they get sick. They would be looking for cures and not just treatments. Not that they're not looking for cures on some things. But you know what? We've all seen the advertisements for pharmaceuticals, and in a very, very fast voice, they name all the things that can go wrong if you take this, many of which are worse than the actual condition. Or so it seems to me. Now, not having one of those conditions, I don't want to step in and say something like that, like a blanket statement, because someone who is suffering from MS, they might be perfectly content to have any one of those symptoms because they're so miserable with the MS. So, yeah, I don't want to make a blanket statement. Let's see. T says, Yogi, how young is Flower? She will be 12 years old. Jacob says, happy early birthday to you, Flower. Let's see. Odom says, because there's no money in a cure, it's only money in a treatment. Yeah, man, you're absolutely right about that. It's sad to say. We need to get pharmaceutical companies out of healthcare. I'm not saying pharmaceuticals don't have a role, they certainly do, but pharmaceutical companies are interested, as Odom said, in profit. Same as T just said. Odom, exactly. Money and pills. And literally making a profit on human suffering. When a horse goes lame, when a dog is suffering, we call it, a blessing to not keep him alive and not keep him suffering. I'm not saying that's how we should approach people. However, we say, humanely for animals when we don't allow them to suffer, and yet we allow people to suffer. That doctors would have sent T home knowing that she was suffering. But hey, that didn't happen at least. So that's something. Let's see. T says, Yogi, YouTube will kick your butt. Be careful. I am unkickable. My butt is unkickable. It's kickable proof. Absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, YouTube, the corporation, could sweep in and say, nope, had enough of you. I don't see why they would. I fully support YouTube and what they're doing. And I have that on record. But, yeah, who on YouTube could do anything to me, ever? I know I'm tempting fate when I say that. But, so they sweep in? So they troll? What is that? It's just voices. It's just words. It's just thoughts. It doesn't affect me in the least. Now, again, I shouldn't tempt that because I don't want the people that I absolutely love being here, I don't want any of them chased off because I enjoy their company. However, I could hang out somewhere else. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to have any fear-based type of atmosphere on my channel that, I'm afraid with someone coming in and calling me bald again, someone saying, hey, you look skinny. I'm actually not skinny. But you know what I mean. People coming in and saying things I've heard forever. Anyway. Odom says, yeah, I don't know why we trust the FDA like we do. No, neither do I. That's because no one's running on a platform of question the FDA. So, We're not voting for anyone that was going to hold anyone accountable. No one's saying let's restructure the FDA to make it safer. It's just not an issue. We just, like Odom says, don't know why we trust them. We hear it in every pharmaceutical commercial telling us this is probably going to kill you, but you might feel better for months or days or weeks. Signature says, greetings from UK and thumbs up. Signature, my friend, how are you? Welcome. Jacob says, hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi. If you enjoy his live stream, let's get him to 20 likes. Thank you for that, Jacob. I'm looking over and I see 15. Awesome. T says, I had a physio assessment. I can't do most things I do independently. Well, I'm glad they're saying, that you're going to be staying until you're able to. Let's see. T says, Yogi, you can strike you for medical misinformation. Well, I'm not giving out any medical information, though. Just the opposite, actually. T says, hey, Signature, she is in the UK as well. Jacob says, hit the like button for our great friend and brother, Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that, Jacob. Signature says, hey, Jacob, how are you doing? And same question to T. T says, lots of natural health remedies, but also pharmaceuticals. Oh, yeah, I'm not anti-pharmaceutical. But I'm not so sure everything that every side effect warrants the use of the pharmaceutical itself. I'm not so sure, because when I weigh those two things, sometimes I think, what would I do in that situation? And honestly, I don't know. Princess Vampire is here, says, hi there, lovely people. Hello there, lovely vampire. Still not able to chat, though. Jacob gives a salute to the Princess Vampire. T says, Signature staying in hospital till I'm stronger and independent, like before, as she's in a wheelchair. Signature says, I agree with Bumblebee. Lots of natural remedies. There certainly are. Now, if the pharmaceutical companies got involved with natural remedies, if the FDA got involved with natural remedies, they'd be inaccessible to us. Let's see. Sniper says, when you realize that oil industry and pharmaceutical industry is owned by the same people, the off products of one go straight to the other. Yeah. Most things are controlled by very few people. And to me, that makes my own personal liberation, my own personal emotional and spiritual independence, all the more important. Signature says, just have faith, Bumblebee. Thank you for that. Signature says, he's very sorry, Bumblebee. I pray for you to get better soon. T says, I had a nurse discussing supplements. She's from far away. She was pleased to take a turmeric. You know what? I drink turmeric tea, turmeric and ginger, and I cook with it. But I don't take any supplements. I do feel the effect of the turmeric. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better served, you're getting that specific dose when you're supplementing it. Let's see. Signature says, or I'm sorry. Yep, signature says indeed. Turmeric and let's see. What is that? Sorry, guys. All right. Let me start over. Squirrel Sniper says, don't forget, doctors are always practicing. You must be patient. You must be patient. T says, signature, thanks, but it's life. I can't get a specialist. Jacob says, blessings, and I pray for fast recovery for you, Bumblebee T. Thank you for that, Jacob. T says, Squirrel, I've got trauma in medicine. Cheers, though. You're dead right. So, signature, I'm not familiar with the second. Signature says, indeed, turmeric and moringa leaves are very good. Ananda. Ashwagandha. I've mispronounced it for the 30 years that I've been taking it. It's helpful for me for emotional stability. Moringa. Thank you for that. I'm unfamiliar with that, though. Squirrel Sniper says, turmeric is very good for boosting the immune system. It is. It's also very good for reducing inflammation, which was the main reason why I started taking it. T says, thanks to Jacob. Squirrel Sniper says it's also Mandela effect too. Turmeric. Ashwagandha. Yep, I was tutored. You tutored me with it before, and then it just reverted right back. I think if I were to make a single rule on my live stream, type phonetically. If you're going to use a word and you know it's going to be troublesome for me, type phonetically. However, you don't have to do that. Jacob very kindly says, you're very welcome. T, I enjoy your company. Big salute to you. Sabine is here. Hello and good day, evening to everyone here in Yogi's live stream. Hope you all started your day well. With us, it's 8:10 p.m. again. Good evening, my friend. Appreciate you spending some time with us towards the end of your day. Let's see. Immunity is pretty good, other than just a little bit of allergies hitting me. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll see if this works. Sabine's channel, guys, if you want to go check it and give some support. See, signature says that the leaves are full of, you see how I skipped that difficult word, nutrients and are from West Africa. Thank you for sharing that, signature. Very much appreciate that. I'll be on the lookout for them. I don't know if we can get them at health food stores here in the States or not. Jacob says, hey Hey to Sabine. Our friend Relaxing is here. Relaxing, how are you, my friend? You look puzzled. What's up? He says, Liama, Oscar, Victory, Echo, phonetically. You lost me on that one, T. Sabine says, good evening, Yogi. Good evening to you. Sabine says, yes, I finally managed to come in and say hi, and I appreciate that. T says, hi to Relaxing. Turmeric or turmeric? Which do you remember? I think I go back and forth as not knowing which one it actually is. As I hear people say both, I just keep switching back and forth. Relaxing says, hello, everyone. Hello, Relaxing. How have you been? How are you enjoying being home, being in your home country? Jacob is subscribed to Sabine. Awesome, Jacob. Jacob always steps up. Every time. No questions asked. He just does it. Squirrel Sniper says, greetings to Sabine. Sabine says the channel is actually just a backup channel for our family channel of Optimob, which is an awesome channel, by the way. I thought as much because I saw your, I visited your channel, but I figured, you know what, it's good to have that. It's good to subscribe to your backup channel as well. Just for that assurance. Signature drops his channel very kindly. Awesome. Spend some time with Signature. Signature, I'm sorry, I should have dropped it myself. I apologize. I love channels like Signatures. I love channels like Optimob, UK Medic. They take you places I wouldn't normally see at all. And people who do it the best, and that is Optimob, and that is Signature, as well as GK Medic. They do it so beautifully. To me, that's what YouTube is all about. You bring in some joy into some people's lives. Flower is back. Flower, we were talking about you. Thank you for that, Eric Lapointe. So this is the main channel. This is Sabine channel. T says, Yogi, phonetic alphabet. I bet you that Squirrel Sniper actually knew that. Is what emergency service and military use Alpha Bravo Charlie. I spelled love earlier. Oh, that's awesome. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize that. Let's see. Relaxing says, no home. My home is destroyed, my friend. But you're in your country. And now you can rebuild. You mentioned that your home is destroyed. I'm sorry. But now you're where you need to be to make that difference. Sending prayers to you, my friend. Let's see. Sabine says, thank you to Eric. Eric stepped right up. Did us all a great service. I appreciate that, Eric. And thank you to all. You're welcome, my friend. T says, I visited Altamont, but I speak English. It was hard to understand. Yeah, I just give myself over to the scenery. Speed says, I will subscribe to all of you as well. Awesome. Lexing says, fighting to have home, my friend Eric, I told you about. I remember, my friend. I just think that, now that you're in your country, that at least now you can fight. Now you're there. Now you can make those changes. Speed says, because we let your videos run in my channel as well. That's awesome. Let's see. T says, Eric LP, please behave tonight. Are you saying, like, keep his shirt on when he does burpees? Let's see. Flower says, oh, what did you guys talk about? Let's see. Well, T wanted to know how old you were going to be. And of course, nothing but good things. How could anyone say anything bad about Flower? Actually, how could anyone say anything bad about any of you guys? Speed says, thank you, Eric Lapointe. Eric Lapointe is the man. Yep, T was asking about how old you were. 12 and 2 days. That's when you know someone is young. Next year, I will hit the big 6-0. You will never hear me say in 2 days I'll be 60. If it was 2 days before my birthday, I'm 58. I'm 59, and I'm staying 59 for those 2 days. I am in no hurry to get to be 60. To be honest, I'm not even worried about it. Let's see. Jacob says, can we get Mr. Yogi to 20 likes? Hit the like button if you enjoy his live stream. Blessings to you all. Thank you for that, Jacob. We are at 15. 15 ain't too bad, though. Odom says, sorry to hear. Let's see. Lactic says, I don't know how I will be building my home. Not enough. But I hate to keep repeating that. At least you're there. Because, before, when you were stuck in a place that was far away, and you were worried about getting back, and now you're back. So, one step at a time. The answer will come. You'll find a way. You found a way to get back to your country. I have faith in you, my friend. Flower says, so, Sir Odom, how are you in the garden? It's a good question. How is the garden, Odom? What is the harvest time now? T says, relaxing blessings to you. I've been homeless 17 months in UK. Not the same. What country are you in, please? He actually was in the UK for a while. Lactic says, anyway, fighting single. Not too many people helpful. I'm sorry, my friend. Odom says, happy early birthday to Flower. Eric Lapointe says he rolled a T, but you know what? I don't get a great feeling of sincerity in that. I think he's going to behave when he's thinking that T's looking, as soon as she turns her back. Odom says, hey to Eric Lapointe. T says, Yogi was on Eric LP being naughty. I've yet to go on I Candy Binge, maybe tonight. You know what? I think it's only fair that Eric Lapointe does a shirtless wood splitter burpee workout just for you, T. Jacob says he's 31. Jacob's going to be doing reps like he did today when he's 61. 30 years from now, he'll still be repping out. Optimob is here. It says, hi and greetings. Hello, my friend. How are you? Jacob is subscribed to Optimob. Awesome. Says short stopping by. Appreciate you just coming by, my friend. T says I'm over half a century old, but I'm going to take a year off each time on my birthday. That's the way to do it. Let's see. Optimob says, Sabine told me, I promise it would be better in the future. No worries, my friend. I'm here all the time. I'm almost always live. So, hey, you get on YouTube, chances are you'll find me. Let's see. Sabine says to T, that is because we are talking something in Denglish. I've never heard that expression before. I love that. My English, Denglish. Let's see. Flower says, that's why I consider Yogi young. Let's see. I don't know why. I don't know exactly why. Because I know things like that. Because I know IDEK means I don't know exactly why. I knew that before I even got to your parentheses. Only a young person would know something like that. Optimob says hello to Flowers. Princess Vampire says, please, please, please. Princess Vampire, who is at work, extremely difficult for her to post, makes a hurried attempt, probably leapt over all kinds of cooking utensils to get to the keyboards to say, please, 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 put a warning on it, Eric LP, Eric Lapointe. And you know what? I got to completely agree with Princess Vampire. Should have a little asterisk saying, warning, contains partial nudity. Contains top-up nudity. T says, Eric Lapointe, he will misbehave. He's naughty. He wants you to think, he's all young and innocent. Optimob says, thank you for subbing. Of course, my friend. Optimob says, and watch your videos. T says, Erica P, I will work hard on recovery if you do a wood chopping topless video. Optimob says, Deutsch, English, Denglish. I love that. I've heard Spanglish before. I never heard Denglish. That's absolutely awesome. And Flower says, Myanmar plus English, English. That's awesome, Flower. Speed says, yes, German mixed with English. Denglish. Very clever. So I'm trying to think what mine would be. English mixed with Yogiism. Yogiism mixed with English. Younglish. Let's see. Odom says, sorry at work. Most things are doing okay. Harvesting cucumbers, blackberries, and blueberries. And still some strawberries. Nice. Gotta love berry season, especially blackberries and blueberries. Flower says she should go to sleep. Yeah, it's probably what, getting close to 1 o'clock for you? T says, Optimob, no worries. Wish I had a translator on screen. So, Flower is gonna go. Have a nice day, everyone. Flower, thank you for being here. We will see you later. Next time I see you, we'll be 1 day closer to your birthday, my friend. Let's see. T says, Flower, have you been sleeping okay lately? She says, yep, B. She's been getting some more sleep. Optimob says Yanglish. Yoglish. I like I like both of those. I think we're gonna go with Yoglish. Yoglish. That was awesome. Dark Point says, or T says, Dark Point, pretty please help my recovery. If not, you always got the Burpee Reaper to fall back on. I'm not saying that Burpee Reaper is a second choice to Eric LP. I'm just saying it's an option. Let's see. Speed says easy as that. Yagalish. That was perfect. And that is exactly what I speak. He says my English is Bristolian Bucks. I don't know the Bucks part. And London accent. I was thinking about London today. I was also thinking about Paris. I was just thinking of ancient cities. We sort of forget because Paris and London and Rome, as well as, of course, other places as well, because they're part of the modern world, we forget how, or I forget, how ancient they actually are. I know the same with many German cities, but like here, the United States, New York City, less than 300 years old, I think. Maybe more, but still young in that big picture of things. Speed says bye to Flower. T says sweet dreams. Speed says Bumblebee that. T says, Yogi, I'm not going to rate the burpee hunky chest without seeing them all. Oh yeah, it's only fair. It's only right. Greg Dayton is here. Greg, my friend, how are you? Greg says, hello, Bumblebee. How are things in the great UK? T says, Yogi, ancient cities, please look up Bath. I was born near its Roman and Victorian and Georgian, I think. I will look it up. So, guys, I'm going to step aside for just a minute. I will be right back. We use the bathroom. I'm going to get some water. Sorry, my friends. All right, let's see where we are. Eric Point says, I go shirtless at 1,000 subscribers. And the warning will say, caution, you can't unsee this. Let's see, I was on Eric Lapointe's channel this morning doing my subscriber check. I just like seeing where our friends are, if I can do anything to help. And I did get a chance to see some of his great shorts. I love the singing bird. I love that hop at the top of the tree. And of course the bunny. The tree trimming stuff, I enjoy seeing our friends at work and what they do. Anyway, Eric's point is at 492. So it sounds like safe that you could say when I get to 1,000. However, it wasn't that long ago when Eric Point was saying when he got to 500, he would commence with the burpee journey. And it got there pretty quick. I remember when he was hitting, or 50 for his first live stream, and now look. So hey, 1,000's going to come pretty quick. All right, let's see. T says, to Greg Dayton, I'm pleased it's cooler. I'm being kept in hospital, need a physio to regain strength. Greg is doing okay. Thank you very much. 71 days till the big 70. Yeah, we were talking birthdays and age. The big 70. You got to bring it in with grace and style, my friend. He has 492. Greg says, hope you're doing better. Bumblebee Hospital is no effing fun. No, it isn't. That's true. Greg says, I'm alive. B, it's a miracle. Thank you. Let's see. T says, Greg, I got my visitors. My music will be Burpees community. Burpee community being topless. I have been going, man, my entire, from day one, I do my burpees uninhibited, free. You went back up, Eric. I was just on your channel. $492. Sorry, 492. He was at 500 plus, I think, right? Let's see. Altamob says, did a special video for 50 subs. Love seeing people's channels grow. Greg says, September 6th, 70th birthday. Never thought I'd make it. I'm glad you did, my friend. T says, Greg's depression sucks. It does. I have had mild depression since teenage years. Let's see. Eric Point gives Timo a big thumbs up. Optimob says, and for 100. Awesome. Our friend Noble Scrolling Traveler is going to shave his entire head, everything, when he hits 10K. And I think he's at 8K now. T says, she's being impatient. Eric OP, I don't think I can make over 500 email accounts and sub to you. I don't know. Never underestimate a highly motivated person. Let's see. Greg says to Bumble that he's had clinical depression all my life. It's a tough road. I feel for you, my friend. Optimum says, I left in 4 hours this night, 26 subs. Awesome. MK says, message retracted. Feel free to, hey, say whatever you like, MK. There it is. Well, I said feel free to say whatever you like. I should have specified in English. Not because of any other reason other than that's all I speak. So is that that's Spanish, right? Give me a second, my friend. Let's see. Sakwatunga, did I say that right? To answer your question, I know just the bare basics. Hola, hello. Now Mocha was a Spanish linguist, and she has for 23 years been telling me I need to learn Spanish, and she's absolutely correct, as she normally is, because we have such a large Spanish-speaking community here, and it's good to be friendly. Let's see. All right. So how close did I get in saying that right, my friend? Sakalunga? I don't think I was very close. I apologize. We get away from just one Sue. Sue, how are you, my friend? I better dive back in here before I do fall behind. Greg says, hey, Bumblebee, one day at a time. You're a good person. Hopefully you'll be okay. I agree 100% with our friend Greg. Jacob says, hey, just one Sue. T says, Greg, I've had depression for many years, but kicked its butt in January. I've talked about my depression quite a bit here on my channel. How, it was always never to the point where I was, some people I know, they are in bed. It's just paralysis. It weighs so heavily on them. It was never that bad for me, but it was a presence, and it affected me quite a bit. Times I was offered medication, never went that route. I trusted in my own meditation, yoga, breath work, to varying degrees of success through nothing but sheer grace. Um, Depression is still there, but I recognize it. I see it. I hold it lightly. And I don't suffer from depression. Depression happens. That was the major shift for me. Depression happens. Suffering is when I say I don't want depression to happen, when I push it aside, when I refuse it. Try to lock the door and keep it out, which you can't do, which I can't do. Just that recognition, everything got lighter. And it was amazing to see happen. Let's see. Greg says, yes, B, you have to, or it'll kick your ass. T says, admit depression came back, but I'm long-term sick and needs ignored. C says, just got back from my venture to Carlisle on the bus, posted some videos. What a beautiful day. I'm going to check them out. Probably just a few degrees cooler up there than it is here in mid-Maryland. But it is beautiful. It's not as warm as it was yesterday. So, guys, let's go check out. Just one Sue. She posted some videos and we get a chance to share. T says, Greg, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Definitely. I don't want to upset YouTube with the K word. Thank you for that. Let's see. T says, Sue, Carlisle. So you're in Scotland. Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It's where Jim Thorpe went to school. T says, suppressing depression from your friends is hard, but you don't want to upset friends and family. Which adds to the suffering, suppressing it, hiding it from family. I was fortunate. Well, my mom suffered depression. So it was recognized. He says, Sue, thanks. She's from the UK. Sue says, nice strong breeze here today too, after the long rain yesterday. Yeah, we got some rain too. Some branches were down. One of my favorite parts of summer is getting those heavy rains when it's so hot and humid here in the mid-Atlantic area. And then that, however brief it might be, those hours of coolness, that nice breeze, everything settled before it starts getting steamy again. Greg says, not trying to brag, but this Sunday I'll be sober 40 years. Miracle. Hey, Greg, that is something to brag about. Congratulations, my friend. Absolutely awesome. So not trying to brag, but you have every right to brag. Sabine is back. Hello, my friend. Welcome back. Much appreciated. T says, Greg, that's awesome. Well done. You may not feel it, but you're strong. Absolutely so. Absolutely. T says, welcome back to Sabine. And Sabine says, that's very awesome, Greg. Congratulations. Yeah, completely awesome. Greg says, thanks everyone. It was a hot mess from 1980 to 84. It's just not worth it. I agree, my friend. 26 years for me. through the entirety of the 90s. And I mean the entirety. It was a decade of washing alcohol for me. So I think in just about 5 minutes, guys, we're going to call it an afternoon. As mentioned, I'll be back in a little bit, in about 2 hours. And if you're bored, come on back. We'll hang out. We'll talk about some stuff. I'd love to talk to Greg some more about sobriety. And as well, I had a great conversation earlier with our friend Squirrel Sniper, talking about the ego, the workings of the ego, the relinquishing of the ego. And of course, you can come back and we can keep talking about shortlist Eric LaPointe, which is always a subject open for discussion. I should have a poll. I should sort of, I have not done a live stream poll yet. Maybe that'll be it. Let's see. T says, Yogi, I will PM you after you're live. Okay, awesome. T says, Gray, I was a mess after my dad died in 2016. Losing a parent takes a toll. Jacob says, another great live. Please hit the like button for our brother, Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that. Hey, we got to 17. Like I said, I ain't complaining. T says, a poll, P-O-L-L. So, Greg says, I'm very sorry for your loss, Bumby. I lost many people since 2011. 18 likes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Very much appreciated. I did not get the usual algorithm sweep that for the past few days I've been getting. It's always interesting to deal with that. It's always kind of fun to deal with that. At the same time, it keeps our actual conversation open and flowing. So it's all good either way, however it happens. However YouTube happens, and however the live stream happens, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have a plan. We're winging it, and I absolutely love winging it. I have thoughts of how I'd like to proceed, and I think you guys can sort of figure that out. Well, you know, I've said a little bit. I don't want the structure. I don't want it to be where people feel that things are held back or that people have to behave in a certain way. Yeah, I know that's important. I know structure can be important. But it is an illusion. You know, life's a mess. Life goes in every single situation and direction at once. And you know what? This is a little microism of the macroism. So we deal with the easy stuff here so that we can deal with the bigger stuff in life. When you learn to welcome someone who, let's face it, might be a bit of a dick, when they come in, it's just a little easier when that happens outside of YouTube. These are just words on a screen. They're just thoughts. It means absolutely nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, I get it. I'm not going to be the most successful live streamer. That's okay. I'll be a successful yogi. I'll be a successful human being in whatever way I'm capable of being. And for me, that means I'll be caring to everyone who comes in here and is screaming with the voice of ego out of fear and they come in here and they get nothing but absolute love from me. But everyone here is perfectly willing, able to do as they see fit. If they need to defend themselves, if they need to do anything, hey guys, you got my support, 1000%. Oops, let's see. Sorry guys, I was falling behind. T says, Greg, I'd like to talk more to you. And Jacob says, blessings and salute to you all. Thank you for having me on your live stream again, Mr. Yogi. Blessings and big salute to you. Thank you all. Take care. You too, live stream family. Sorry, Jacob. Thank you, my friend. I love the fact Jacob comes here and he just starts working for me as a friend without anything being asked or anything. He's just support. So with that in mind, my friend, Jacob, if you don't mind, I just put you in blue. Just gave you a wrench, and I hope that's okay with you. T says, wing it, Yogi, why not? Exactly. Make it mine and make it yours. Optimob says, can you see my comments? Sabine can't see my comments. We can see yours. Optimob says, now she can. Greg says, yes, B, we have some things in common. Optimob, thank you. Was testing that. Jacob now a Smurf. Yes, he is. As long as it's okay with him. If he doesn't want it, understandable. I just figured because he's such a huge friend and supporter, it's just a nice way of symbolizing how much I appreciate what he does. I was sort of holding off on anyone, but man, if anyone at all recently deserves one, most definitely friend Jacob. So Sabine can see them now. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm out of here for the afternoon. I'll be back 2 hours. Like I said, come on by if you want to, and we can talk about whatever. Again, anytime anyone wants to talk about their sobriety, it's a big subject here for me, as well as depression, as well as ways of navigating through it. Greg says, I'll be here, Bumblebee. Awesome. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. You are the guys that make them all great, for sure. If it was the only thing that happened was hanging out with you guys, that'd be enough. Let's see. T says, bye all. Sabine says, take care, everyone. Optimob says, bye. And Greg says, I will try to be here. T says, Greg, I will try to be here. Well, you know what? 5 o'clock is evening for me. So we can call it, Yogi's After Dark. Eric Lapointe might not be able to have to behave. Who knows what's going to happen? Things might get a little wild in here. Sabine says, bye to all of you. It was a very nice live stream. Thank you for that, Sabine. I very much appreciate you hearing that. Let's see. Jacob says, thank you so much for that, brother, Mr. Yogi. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you for everything you do. And not just here. I see you all over the place in the burpee community, just helping people. And not just in the burpee community. We've broadened it. You know what I mean? Now it's our community. One more like Mr. Yogi before he leaves. So, Stream says, I hope that I'm still awake. Either way, guys, I'll be here, and it's always much appreciated when you show up. Whenever you do. Doesn't matter when, whenever you do. So sending out nothing but love to each and every one of you. Guys, I'll see you later.